Welcome everybody. This is the final installment of the Minado. The finished, it's all completed. Under 60 days, I think it was around 55 days, and I've just been rubbing on it to make it look nice. I'd like to kind of go into what it takes to get a finish like this. First off, in the other installments of the videos, I showed you how I brought it up. First, I built the airplane, and we're going to just basically talk about the finish on this. I did the subframe with 3 coats of 50/50 thinned, and then I put carbon fiber tissue, or the 2/10 veil, over the entire wing, and painted it with 3 coats. I then put the airplane together and, I covered the wing first and then put the airplane together. And then I put the fillets on, which was the super fill. Great stuff. I just used my fingers like I showed you. It's all detailed in the other previous videos. Then it was 3 more coats of 50/50 clear. And we're sanding between each coat with 600 grit sandpaper. Then I used no more than 1 pint of the Brodak red, the Miss Ashley red, which is made by Randolph. So we used all Randolph products on this model. And I basically got the airframe dusted red, and if you hold this up to the light, you can see light through the wing, so you know that there's not a lot of paint on it. This finish ended up being a 6.5 ounce finish, so that's real respectable. Next, I put 3 coats of 75/25 clear on the whole airframe, and I completely sanded the airplane until it was flat. I sanded that with 1,000 grit sandpaper. I then took it to Kentucky so everybody could see it, and I was discussing with Jim Lynch what he thought I ought to do. And anybody that knows Jim Lynch's airplanes, he's a very good finisher. I brought it home. I shot another coat of clear on it. It was mixed 35% retarder into the paint and then mixed 70% reduced. So it was there wasn't much dope in it at all. It was mostly retarder and thinner. I then sprayed the whole airplane. I then boned it out, and what that means is that the airplane was then sanded till it was frosty all over. There was no shine to it at all. It was completely flat. I did that with 2,000 grit sandpaper. I then shot another coat of clear over the top of that and sanded it with 5,000 grit sandpaper. You can buy that at AutoZone, the 5,000 grit sandpaper. And it's like rubbing it with a piece of paper. Then I used 2 3M products that I'll show you here. One you can buy from AutoZone, the other you have to get from a paint supply store. But this is 3M Auto Rubbing Compound. It's the ultimate compound, or so they say. That is the first compound that I used. That's about a 5,000 grit. And I'm not sure what the finesse it is. This stuff is very, very expensive. It's $26 a pint. But it's well worth it. And this is, I think it's around 10,000 grit. It's like nothing. And I rubbed that all with a drill pad like this. You can buy these at the well, I think AutoZone has them for buffing headlamps, but I bought mine at the paint store. Then the best thing for polishing is the AutoZone blue towels. They don't leave any scratches. It's better than microfine. I also use on my models, where did it go? Oh, it's disappeared. The best polish, oh there it is Turtle Wax Express Shine. And you just spray that on liberally and use the blue towel and buff it off. Now, this paint is pretty fresh, so it's not really hard yet, but it did shine up nice. In about another 2 weeks, it'll get another buffing and it'll even shine even more. I might sand it again with 5,000 grit. But I just wanted to do the wrap up on this particular build. The airplane's really straight. It came out at 61 ounces. I'm ecstatic with the weight. It would have been nice to be like Billy's airplane at 53 or whatever, but I don't have helium wood. The canopy, or the pilot, I'd like to plug the Don Typod DVD again. That's available through Bob Hunt. The guy is a true artist, and if you follow his rendition, the pilot will come out perfect. You just gotta use a small brush and take your time. I showed you how to do the gold leaf lettering for dummies. It came out perfect, and I was a little concerned about using dope as sizing, but now that I've done it in 7 spots, it's 6 on this and 1 on another, I don't have any concerns with using dope as sizing, as long as you put enough retarder in it to slow it down so it doesn't flash off and you can get the leaf on it. This airplane here, if it would have been done in automotive paint, you wouldn't have been able to feel this. You can barely feel the lettering on it now, but you can't feel it back here. But I'd rather be able to feel it and have the nice weight than have urethane on it and it weighs 70 ounces, because that's what the other airplane weighed. We wanted it 10 ounces lighter. When I weighed the Continental at the Nationals this year, it was 72 ounces, so it's 11 ounces lighter. We have a little less motor in this one, which is the Super Tiger 60, but I'm confident that that will be a valid engine for this. So I thought that I'd just do the recap on this and post it up. I hope that you learned something from my video series. I'm going to be starting tonight. I finished up my friend's electric setup so I can start on my next project. I'm going to be building my next year's airplane, which is a scale shoestring. And the plans for it is it's going to be electric so that there's no obstruction sticking out of the fuselage. And I'm going to use the RC Dude sound box so it sounds like the, I believe it has a Continental motor in it. So it sounds like the Continental. A scale prop. It'll be 100% scale. Scale pocket hinges and slot type ailerons and everything. I'm also thinking of putting brakes on it so I can run the motor up sitting in front of the judges. I'd like to thank John Brodak for the kit and his documentation. That's about all I got on this build. Like I say, I hope you Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, you can ask me on the forum. I'll be more than happy to answer the question. So, until we start the shoestring, tight lines.